There's a trail in my town that locals say to avoid after dark. I didn't believe them. I walked it at 9:47 p.m. At 9:52, the path split into two. I chose left. At 9:56, it split again. At 10:01, I reached the same broken wooden sign I'd passed earlier. Only now, carved into it, were fresh words. You missed your turn. My phone had no signal, and the path behind me was gone. I spun around, heart slamming against my ribs. Where the trail had been was nothing but dense trees. No opening, no dirt path, just bark and shadow. I told myself I was panicking. Forests can look different at night. I turned back to the sign. The words had changed. Now it read, "Turn around." A branch snapped somewhere behind me, slow, deliberate. I didn't move. Another snap. Closer. I grabbed my phone again, still no signal, but my screen lit up. 10:01 p.m. The time hadn't changed. I had been standing there for at least 5 minutes. My breathing quickened. That's when I noticed something carved beneath the message. Tally marks. Dozens of them. No, hundreds. And at the very bottom, one fresh line being slowly scratched into the wood, as if something invisible was finishing it. The scratching sound stopped. From deeper in the trees, I heard footsteps, not running, walking, calm, confident, like it knew I wasn't leaving. Then, from somewhere to my right, my own voice whispered, "You missed your turn." And the trees began to move, not swaying, stepping. The trees weren't bending in the wind. They were shifting one by one, closing in. The gaps between them tightened like a jaw. I backed away slowly, but the forest adjusted with me, trunks sliding across the dirt without a sound. Then I saw it, between two trees, a version of me, standing still, watching, its head tilted slightly, like it was studying how I breathed. "Wrong way," it said, but its lips didn't move. The voice came from everywhere, from the dirt, from the leaves, from inside my chest. My phone buzzed in my hand. No signal, no notifications. Just a new lock screen message. 10:01 p.m. Still your turn. The time hadn't changed. I realized something horrible. The tally marks on the sign weren't counting victims. They were counting loops, and I was still on my first. The other me stepped forward. When its foot hit the ground, the sound echoed like wood knocking against a coffin. It smiled. Its teeth were too long. Too many. "Stay on the path," it whispered. And suddenly I understood. The trail was never meant to lead out. It was meant to lead to me. The forest didn't trap people. It replaced them. The other me lunged, and everything went black. I opened my eyes. I was standing at the entrance of the trail. The broken wooden sign sat beside me, clean, unmarked. My phone read 9:46 p.m. A group of hikers walked past me laughing. One of them looked at me strangely. "Hey," she said, uneasy. "Are you okay? You've been standing there for a while." I smiled at her, and it felt too wide. "Yeah," I said calmly. "I just missed my turn." Behind her, the trees shifted, waiting. The hikers walked past me, laughing, talking, alive. One of them glanced back, just for a second. Her smile faded. I could see it in her eyes. She felt it, the wrongness, the way I was standing too still, breathing too slow, watching too carefully. My phone buzzed in my hand. 10:01 p.m. I didn't look down. I already knew. The forest behind them shifted again, soft, patient, hungry. And that's when I understood the last rule. The trail doesn't chase you. It waits. It lets you leave. It lets you go home. It lets you sleep in your bed. It lets you tell your friends you got lost for a minute. Because the path doesn't need you in the woods. It needs you outside. It needs you to invite someone back. Later that night, I sent a text to the group chat. Anyone want to try that trail tomorrow? It's not as scary as they say. My phone buzzed instantly. Unknown. Number. You finally found your turn. Outside my window, I heard whistling, matching my breathing.